Hey everyone, this is AshyMoostashii. Decided to do a voiceover for this video. This is a piece called Let's Rink Up. Just trying something new as far as lettering, and decided to do a neon light, playing around with different features in the Procreate app. Pretty much what I did was two separate pieces. First I did the lettering, and then I added it on to the legs and skates. So the first thing I did, I believe I used monoline to do the first layer, which is Let's Rink Up of just the blue. And then I started on the second layer using the same brush, thinned it down, pretty much made not white but close to it. Then I copied that and blurred the first one, and then added the feature add for the second one, just to give it that bright neon look, and then added the tubing in the background to give it a look of being hung on the wall. And the second, I realized I made a mistake and forgot to put the apostrophe because I couldn't remember whether or not it had one or not. I made sure to put the shadow and everything on the tubing in the back, just to add a little depth to it. Not that you can really see it, but I like to add those little things to it. Now we're going on to the fuller piece. What I decided, I tried to sketch it out in the Procreate app, but for some reason my brain was wrapping around, and after a while I just got frustrated and stopped. So I transferred over to using the traditional way, which I'm more used to. So what I did was just take a picture of the sketch I had, create a new layer using, I believe, the gel pen at the time, just finalizing everything, and making sure this was the end result of my line work. So once we're done with that, I'll come back to talking once we get rid of the image and just have the white background and line work. Okay, moving on to coloring the piece. Pretty much think I used the same palette for skin tones that I used for Jackie Aina piece. A little more on the mid-tone side. I figured that was a nice color, and I just wanted to keep those shade ranges going. Pretty much just, I think at this time I still wasn't using a lot of layers that I use now. This is a pretty old piece that I did back, I think, earlier in the year or mid-year. Pretty much I think I was just using Alpha Lock a lot. I would just start a new section, like if I did the legs, Alpha Lock that with doing the shading and highlights, then pick a color for the socks, did Alpha Lock for that, and then the colors for the skates, the shoe part, laces, the wheels, I believe are all on their own separate layers, just so I didn't overlap anything. So what I did was I saved the image, Let's Rink Up, pretty much added it as its own separate image, that way it wouldn't get affected if I needed to change anything up. Right now I'm just adding in using the lettering for the neon to generate a light source. Going back, I would say I would try to do a little darker next time if I ever do something like this again. but at the time I just didn't want it too dark where you didn't get to see like the legs or the skates or anything, or shoelaces. I think I switched it over to red lacing after a while because I originally wanted them black, but it just would just get lost in the background. So now I'm just pretty much fine-tuning everything as far as just doing any extra detail. Eventually what will happen is, I just noticed, like, side note, that this isn't the final piece for Let's Rink Up. If you remember, in the beginning of the video, I did not have the apostrophe, but that'll get changed out. Right now, going back, adding the blue reflection from the neon lighting, and just giving the skates their own, a little more depth in how they would be near the neon lighting. Continuing on, after adding the rest of the finishing touches to the blue lighting from the neon lights, chose to do red lacing. Figured that'd be different and would contrast from the black lacing that I thought I was going to do. Now we're getting close to the end of this piece. Pretty much did as much blue highlighting as far as I could really see that the neon lighting would be hitting. I think this is the part where it'll flicker over, where I realize that the lettering, the wording for Let's should have the apostrophe over it. Should be doing that now. Yep. And I had a couple ideas. I wasn't sure what I wanted for the background. I just wanted possibly disco lights or something different in the background. I think I decided to just stick with this, just using one of the brushes in Procreate, just dropping the opacity and just using different colors, and just pretty much just playing around till I get where I like it. And that's pretty much it. You can find this piece on Redbubble. And if you enjoyed me doing a voiceover, just leave a comment down below, like, and subscribe.